Welcome back to the channel Valuable Coins HD, Treasure Hunters and Coin Lovers. Today's story will absolutely leave you stunned. We're diving deep into the mystery, history, and astonishing value of a coin that's hiding in plain sight, the United States of America Gold $1 2009 D. It might be lying quietly in someone's drawer right now, or even resting in your change jar, completely overlooked. But once you know what to look for, everything changes. So take a seat, grab a notepad, and pay close attention, because this isn't just another coin video. This is a journey into hidden value, into American minting history, and ultimately into the kind of discovery that can change your financial future forever. Let's rewind the clock and look at how this coin came into existence. The year is 2009. America is celebrating history, innovation, and its iconic leaders. As part of an ongoing program to honor past U.S. presidents, the presidential $1 coin program was in full motion. Each year, four new presidential dollar coins were released in the order of the president's terms in office, but this wasn't just about putting faces on coins, this was about creating national pride, encouraging coin collecting, and reconnecting Americans with the founding figures who shaped the country. In 2009, coins were minted to honor Presidents William Henry Harrison, John Tyler, James K. Polk, and Zachary Taylor. Among those coins, something incredible happened at the Denver Mint, which struck millions of coins marked with a small d, the 2009 D gold dollar coins. Now here's where things take a dramatic turn. The 2009 D dollar coin was never actually made of solid gold. That's the first thing to clear up. These coins were made with a golden manganese brass alloy, giving them that distinct golden color, but they are not precious metal coins in the traditional sense. But that golden tone? It's deceiving, and beautiful. It gave rise to one of the biggest misconceptions in American coinage. People started calling them gold dollar coins, and the nickname stuck. While millions were produced, only a tiny fraction came out with unusual characteristics, and that's where the real story begins. What makes one of these coins worth life-changing money? Why would anyone pay a fortune for a coin that was mass-produced? Let's break it down. The first factor is mint error. In the world of numismatics, the study of coins, mint errors are golden tickets. We're talking missing edge lettering, double strikes, rotated dies, and strikes on foreign planchets. The presidential dollar coins were unique because their inscriptions, things like E pluribus unum, in God we trust, and the mint mark, were not placed on the coin's face. Instead, these were applied to the edge of the coin through a special process, and as you might expect, this process didn't always go smoothly. Some coins came out with missing edge lettering. Collectors call them godless dollars because the phrase, "In God we trust," was completely absent. Others were struck with upside-down inscriptions, or the lettering was applied twice, creating bold, stunning doubled edges. And that's not all. Some of these coins, including the 2009 D, were found struck on the wrong type of blank, like blanks meant for foreign coins or other U.S. denominations. That means a coin that looks completely different from others in its class, weighing more or less than normal, with a different ring when dropped, and unusual color tones. These kinds of coins are extremely rare and impossible to replicate, which makes them priceless to serious collectors. Now let's add condition to the mix. Study 2009 D dollar coin that survives in uncirculated, pristine condition, known as mint state, MS67, MS68, or even higher, becomes instantly more valuable. Grading services like PCGS and NGC authenticate and assign numeric grades to these coins, and the higher the grade, the higher the value. Now imagine this: a 2009 D gold-colored dollar coin, struck on the wrong planchet, missing its edge lettering, in mint state 69 condition, perfectly preserved for over a decade. That's the kind of coin that causes a bidding war, and there's more. Sometimes, coins from the 2009 D mint mark have been found with die clashes, where the reverse design leaves a shadowed imprint on the obverse side or vice versa. Some even show doubling in the text around the rim, something only visible under magnification, but highly prized. Collectors call these coins ghost coins, because they have haunting imperfections that weren't meant to exist. So how do you know if you have one? Start by flipping your dollar coin on its side. Check the edge. Is the lettering missing? Is it upside down? Is there doubling? Next, examine the weight. A standard 2009 D dollar should weigh about 8.1 grams. If yours is drastically different, that could be your first clue that it's special. Look at the strike quality. Are the details sharp and bold? Does Jefferson's hair have incredible definition? Does the building on the reverse look clean, clear, and undamaged? Any of these clues could point to a coin worth more than just a buck. And now, after examining all the evidence, the history, the details, the rarity, the strange errors, and the perfect preservation, we come to the climax of today's journey. A 2009 D gold $1 coin, featuring a rare mint error, perfectly struck and graded at the highest levels, recently found its way to a high-end coin auction. The room was packed with collectors, dealers, and investors, each one hoping to add this flawless oddity to their collection. The bidding began, and in just minutes, the coin's value skyrocketed, and when the final bid came in, the room erupted, because the final price of that one, unassuming, 5-gram piece of history was $340,000. Yes, a coin that once might have bought you a bag of chips is now worth more than some luxury homes. So what are you waiting for? Check your coin jars. Look through that old folder in the back of your closet. You never know, you just might be holding the next legendary treasure in your hands. Today, we're about to uncover one of the most stunning hidden secrets in the world of rare American currency. This isn't just about small change or pocket money. This is a story of overlooked wealth, buried history, and one coin that turned out to be worth more than a brand new luxury car. We're talking about the United States of America gold $1 2007 D coin, a piece that might seem ordinary at first glance, until you look a little closer, because what lies beneath the surface of this unassuming dollar is a history of rare minting techniques, presidential pride, shocking errors, and the kind of jaw-dropping value that makes collectors race to auctions. So sit tight. Whether you're a lifelong coin collector, a beginner, or someone who just found an old coin in a drawer, this might just be the most important 5 minutes of your day. Let's begin with some background. The year was 2007. The U.S. Mint was launching one of its most ambitious coin series in modern history, the Presidential $1 Coin Program. It was designed to honor the legacy of America's past leaders by featuring them on special dollar coins issued in the order in which they served. That year alone, coins were minted for George Washington, John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, and James Madison. Each coin told its own story, a small circular portrait of democracy, minted in shining golden hue. But here's the truth that most people don't know: these coins were not made of actual gold. They were minted from a manganese brass alloy, giving them that golden look. This is why they're often referred to as gold dollar coins, even though their value goes far beyond metal content. The Denver Mint, marked with a small d, produced millions of these 2007 coins. But among those millions, something extraordinary happened, something that would later stun the coin world. Enter the world of errors and anomalies. You see, the U.S. Mint, like any high-production facility, isn't immune to mistakes. And in the world of numismatics, that is, coin collecting, these so-called mistakes are worth their weight in, well, sometimes literal gold, and that's where the 2007 D gold $1 coin becomes legendary. Let's explore the most famous and valuable mint errors that made these coins true collectibles. First, the missing edge lettering. One of the most talked about errors in recent history, this occurs when the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," "E Pluribus Unum," the mint mark, and the year, are completely absent from the coin's edge. This type of error transforms a regular dollar coin into what collectors have nicknamed the godless dollar. It's haunting, unusual, and totally unexpected. And only a fraction of these slip through quality control. Second, we have the double-edged lettering. Imagine flipping your coin to the side and seeing the inscriptions imprinted not once, but twice, overlapping in a fascinating and chaotic way. That's a double-edged strike, and it's a holy grail in the collector's world. Third, there's the inverted edge lettering. This happens when the coin is struck in reverse during the edge inscription process. The text ends up upside down when the face of the coin is facing upright. It sounds like a small detail, but for collectors, this kind of rarity adds big value. And then there's something even rarer: wrong planchet strikes. This occurs when a dollar coin is accidentally struck on a blank meant for another denomination, or worse, a completely different country's coin. This type of minting anomaly is so rare that only a handful of examples have ever surfaced. Now, let's talk condition. Most coins circulate. They scratch, they tarnish, they wear out. But the few that survive untouched, sealed in rolls or mint bags, preserved in protective holders, can reach mint state grades like MS-66, MS-67, or even the almost mythical MS-69. These high-grade coins, especially when combined with rare errors, become museum-worthy treasures, and yes, these kinds of 2007 D dollars do exist. Imagine owning a coin that slipped past the eyes of mint inspectors, a coin that carries an error so unique, so clean, and in such pristine condition that it becomes the center of a bidding war. Imagine a collector flying cross-country just to attend a private auction to get their hands on a flawless 2007 D dollar with double-edged lettering and no signs of circulation. Now think about what that kind of coin is worth. It's not just face value. It's not just a few $100s, this is where things go from amazing to unbelievable, because one of these coins, a 2007 D gold dollar with a rare edge lettering error, certified in mint state 69, and preserved better than any other of its kind, recently shocked the coin world. At a prestigious numismatic auction, collectors from all over the country tuned in online, phoned in their bids, and pushed the price higher and higher. Everyone knew this was no ordinary piece. Everyone wanted it, and when the final hammer dropped, the winning bid rang out like a bell. That one small coin, just slightly bigger than a quarter, minted in Denver, struck in golden alloy, holding a flaw that made it perfect, was sold for $380,000, yes, $380,000. All for a coin that might still be hiding in plain sight, unrecognized, waiting to be discovered. So here's the big question, do you have one? It's time to go check your drawers, your old coin jars, your pocket change, even those forgotten rolls from the bank. Flip those 2007 D dollar coins on their sides. Study them. Look for missing lettering. Look for doubled edges. Look for any sign of something strange, something unusual, because what you might find could be more than just a cool collectible, it could be your fortune in disguise. Today, we're diving into a coin that most people have in their change jars, their drawers, or even their old piggy banks, yet very few realize just how much value could be hiding in plain sight. Yes, we're talking about the United States of America gold $1 coin, specifically the 2000 P mint mark, and what you're about to learn might make you rush to check your coin collection immediately, because believe it or not, this tiny golden coin, one you might easily overlook, has shocked the numismatic world with jaw-dropping auction prices, rare variations, and secret minting mistakes that have turned pocket change into a small fortune. So, make sure to stay with me until the very end, because we'll reveal a coin that sold for nearly $400,000, and it all started with a single overlooked 2000 P dollar. Now, let's rewind the clock back to the year 2000. It was the start of a new millennium. The internet was exploding, technology was advancing, and the U.S. Mint decided it was time to honor one of the most iconic figures in American history, Sacagawea. That's right, this wasn't just a new coin. It was the debut of the Sacagawea Golden Dollar, minted to replace the unpopular Susan B. Anthony dollar and reignite public interest in using dollar coins for everyday purchases. Designed by Glenna Goodacker, the obverse of the coin features Sacagawea with her infant son Jean-Baptiste on her back, a powerful and graceful image meant to symbolize courage, leadership, and exploration. The reverse showcases an American bald eagle in flight, designed by Thomas D. Rogers. And of course, it's struck in a golden-hued manganese brass alloy, giving it the famous gold appearance that's become so recognizable. Now, the Philadelphia Mint was responsible for producing a massive number of these coins, and that's where the P mint mark comes in. But here's the thing, among the millions of coins minted, a few were drastically different, and these differences weren't discovered until years later. Let's dive into the types of rare and valuable versions of the 2000 P Sacagawea dollar that have made collectors gasp. First, the Cheerios dollar. Before the coin's official release, the U.S. Mint sent out promotional Sacagawea dollars inside specially marked Cheerios cereal boxes. About 5,500 of these were distributed to households across the country, but these weren't your average dollars. Unknown to most people at the time, the Cheerios dollars were actually pattern coins, experimental strikes that featured enhanced tail feather detailing on the eagle. These detailed feathers were sharper, deeper, and unlike the design used on the general release, only a small fraction of collectors recognize the difference, until one sold for thousands of dollars. And that's when the rush began. That if you have a 2000p Sacagawea dollar from a Cheerios box, with those detailed tail feathers, you could be holding a mini treasure. But wait, it gets even more interesting. There's the mule error, one of the most shocking mint mistakes in US history. In a mind-blowing error at the Philadelphia Mint, a small number of 2000p Sacagawea dollars were struck with the reverse of a Sacagawea dollar and the obverse of a state quarter, specifically, the Washington quarter. Imagine that, a coin with George Washington's head on one side and the eagle from the Sacagawea design on the other. That's not supposed to happen. But it did, and these mule coins are now among the rarest and most desired coins in US history. So far, only about 20 confirmed examples exist, and each one that appears sends shockwaves through the collecting world. Then there are rare strike errors, off-center strikes, double dies, weak edges, and even coins with planchet flaws. A double die obverse or reverse can raise the value exponentially, especially when paired with a pristine mint state condition. But let's not forget about grading. If you have a 2000p Sacagawea dollar, whether Cheerios, mule, or regular, its condition is everything. Coins graded by PCGS or NGC as MS67, MS68, or higher can fetch serious prices, especially if the strike is clean and luster is strong. Now, let's fast forward to the real showstopper. At a major numismatic auction, attended by top collectors from around the world, a pristine example of the 2000p Sacagawea dollar, certified as a mule error coin, in mint state 67, and confirmed by experts to be among the finest known examples, went up for bidding, and what happened next was incredible. Bidders fought hard. The room buzzed with anticipation. Online offers flooded in. And with each passing minute, the price skyrocketed beyond expectations. The final bid, a jaw-dropping $395,000. That's right, a single 2000p Sacagawea dollar coin, worth just $1 in face value, was sold for nearly $400,000. Can you imagine? A coin that could be sitting in your desk drawer, your coin jar, or your childhood collection, now worth as much as a luxury home. So here's the question: have you checked your 2000p dollars lately? Look closely. Inspect the eagle's tail feathers. Examine the edge lettering. Compare the obverse with quarter designs. Get a magnifying glass, a coin scale, and if anything seems off, don't dismiss it. You could be sitting on a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. Thank you for watching this deep dive into one of the most fascinating coins of modern American minting history. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss more stories about coins that are changing lives. Remember, sometimes, the greatest treasures are the smallest ones, and your next trip through your coin collection might just uncover a golden dollar, worth $395,000.